Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here for another episode at the Partner Go-to-Market Institute. And today I have a guest joining us from Poland, Michael, who is a Partner Relations Manager at Text. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hey, how are you? All good. All good. Thank you for
Perfect.
introduction.
Perfect. Michael, today we're going to talk about a very spicy topic, which is partner source revenue. But before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about who is Michael and how do you get involved in the world of partnerships?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a pretty interesting story. My journey with partnerships started at the same point that it started with Text, which was previously called LiveChat INC.
Mm.
And it started in 2016, so it's almost 10 years right now that I worked for the company. At first, I was responsible strictly for acquisition of new partners. So those are like totally different times, as you probably remember that 10 years
Yeah.
ago, it's very, very different when it comes to partnerships. But yeah, right now I turned more into partner relations role. So basically, I spent a lot of time with existing company partners, like the biggest brands that we work with, and
Mhm.
that takes most of my working time.
Very good. I'm sure that 10 years ago it was very different. I think that the COVID days changed a lot in the way we do business, especially with partners.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yes.
sure it was a very different dynamic.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. Especially as we are in the customer service department. So,
mhm,
those years were crazy. Everybody were going online, so it was a crazy time, but
yeah,
good time. Yeah.
recent times. Yeah, it was very good for business in many cases for some companies. Michael, I said we want to talk about partner source revenue. So why don't we start with definition? How do you define partner source revenue?
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward, especially when you take like the definition that you can find online. It's basically everything that comes into the company as a revenue directly from partners, and it's like self-explanatory. But what I think is important here is to mention that apart from just revenue, there are additional costs everywhere, like the commissions, marketing, co-marketing, everything like that.
Mhm.
So it's very important to consider it, especially when you calculate the value of the partnerships. And the
Mhm.
second thing is you have to be able to track it. Like you
Yeah,
can have like the most amazing brand working with you as a partners, but if you're not able to track the revenue, it's not really something that speaks for itself. And it's hard to explain
Mhm.
to the management when you talk with them.
Yeah, that's very true. We're gonna get into the tracking topic in a minute, but before we get into it, let's talk a little bit about enablement because we all want partner
Mhm.
source revenue.
Yep.
But in your experience, how do you enable partners to source new opportunities? What kind of enablement do you put in front of them to help them market the product, sell the product, any best practices around enablement?
Mhm. That's a very good question. Always the most important and the toughest topic for me, to be honest. Especially as I mentioned before, we are in the online customer service business.
Mhm.
So basically, we work with a lot of different industries, a lot of different countries, cultures, approaches, etc. So it makes it difficult to have like a specific use case for everyone that we work with. So
Mhm.
that's very challenging for us as a business to be able to create and adapt to every business. But what I've learned is the most important thing is the case studies, success stories, use
Mhm.
cases, like showing the real life example. If you have that, you're one step ahead of everybody. So also showing like a brand that is well known in the industry. I've
Mhm.
learned that just recently, to be honest. I knew it was important, but when we started to go to offline events, like talking with people face to face, etc.,
Mhm.
showing together with a brand that is highly recognized in the industry can change a lot, can open a lot of doors. So this is also
Yeah.
something that I think is important.
Yeah. I think I totally agree with leverage that you can do with customer success stories, right? If you
Yeah.
can document the use case, how you won, how your solution helped the customer, and especially if it's a strong brand, then it can be fairly easily replicated, I think, by other partners, by not just in the same geographic location, right, but in other parts of the world. So I think partners definitely like customer success stories. Do you have like a library today? How do you share those things? Is it online? Is it on a case by case basis? How do you share that information with partners?
Sure. We like to keep it online. Like everything that we create when it comes to content, we want to keep it online. We want to keep it available. So it's not like strictly for partners, but we want to use it and show them like there are dozens of success stories, but please take a
Yeah.
look at it. This one is the one that actually matters for you. And what we also started to testing, I mean, like we plan to launch it in the next quarter, is basically start using AI tools. Like the first one that we are considering is the Gamma. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's
Yeah.
basically for creating sales decks.
Yes.
It looks very good in the testing phase, and we want to introduce it to partners at larger scale. So basically use the contents that we have on our product websites. So 4 different product websites, internal knowledge, also articles, blog, everything like that. And use Gamma to prepare like specific sales decks for those partners.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that because we didn't have it before. If I ask the marketing team to prepare it, it will take at least 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
now I can have it within a day or two, which
Yeah.
is crazy, but it's really nice.
Yeah. I love Gamma. I have been using Gamma for a while. And yeah, I love it. It cuts down the time to design, make a document look pretty, and put the layout and all of that. So yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get some good fans from partners. So that's good. That's very good.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about what you mentioned about tracking partner source revenue, because again, I think people understand the concept, people understand the value of it in many cases, but then how do you actually prove it? You need data to prove it, right? So how do you track that data related to partner source revenue? Do you have any best practices there, any systems, processes? How do you typically do it?
Absolutely. Also very important. So very good question. Thank you. I will also have a few recommendations when it comes to the tool set. So I just want to mention I'm not getting any commission here, but there are the tools that I love. What is specific for us is that we have like in-house partner application that we build ourselves and we maintain it ourselves. So we are not using any outside tools like PartnerStack, for example. We are just focused on our in-house program. So there are also tools that we use to track the activity. So because it's just like a product, right? For us, it's also a product. The partners are users of the product, and we track their actions inside the application just to see if there is any issues with them finding the right stuff at the right time. So for that, we use Amplitude. It's not strictly about revenue, but we just use it to track how they act with our resources, with our assets,
Yeah.
with our case studies, and things like that, if they're able to actually find them in the application. So for that part, like event-based, we use Amplitude. But for anything financial, we just keep using Tableau across the company. So it goes for marketing, it goes for sales, it goes for us as well. Just to use one tool for that. And what I love about it is that when we have the data sources connected and we have received like a first version of the metrics, then we can adjust it to our needs ourselves. So I don't have to ask the data team every time to prepare something different. I can just use a very simple tool to find actually a very complex response.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I love, and I think it's crucial for tracking the business right.
Yeah. I think like you said, if you can figure out the architecture behind the scenes of connecting the data sources, right, and putting everything in one single place, then you can use the tools like Tableau like you said, as needed, to build simple reports or dashboards to benefit the partners, and then also internal sellers, right? Internal partner managers as well. So yeah, that's definitely a best practice there. Michael, thank you so much for your insights. This was super helpful. I'm very happy to connect with you again. And yeah, one more time, thank you for all the feedback related to partner source revenue. I'll see you next time, hopefully.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Take care.
See you.
Bye.